all in there. Yeah, because it was on my Instagram story as well. So I don't know if it got any views. I didn't get any views.
I don't know, I'm on Twitter all the time. Let's see, post it again.
Yes, we are. We are back up in this B.
Back in the his head, chicken. What? Yeah, I love it. Back in it, people. We
Back
are
again. Yep.
live.
Yeah. Perfect. Perfect.
Awesome, everybody. Thanks for hanging in there with us.
Welcome
Chris
back.
Rios here, host of Hammer Time Sports Betting Podcast. Go check that out. I'll put a link in the description. But Mehmet, we would just watch the Rams absolutely look stagnant on offense again. They can't hang in there.
You can say that
My
again.
under is looking good. I said, at this point, I got two bets again on the game. By the way, I got the Rams plus 3.5. I got the under at 51. Let's just hope they cancel out, right? Let's just hope for the best there, right? And let's just walk away.
Yeah, we can get into the changer. I forgot to implement my change. Oh no. Get Chris back on the screen. We should. I know, Chris. You're currently hidden from the world at the moment.
Oh no.
I know. I know. Not what we want to see.
I'll try and
Oh.
not do anything controversial while I'm off.
We'll get you back in. Don't worry, buddy. There we are.
Hey, is that Tony in the comments? Hell yeah. What's up, Tony? I don't know if they can hear me.
He can hear you. He can see you. You're still in here. We just had you on. And we got our. If anyone's wondering, our streaming service went down, so that's why we went. We had a nice amount of viewers there, and then everyone had to say goodbye to us for a hot second. But we're back. We're back. We're there. Antonio Lopez is here too. Welcome,
Hell yeah,
Antonio.
Tony is actually an awesome guy. He's the host of of another sports podcast over here in Texas. Actually, that's how we
Okay.
know each
Okay,
other.
we're running it
Along with
all in
being
Texas now.
fantasy league buddies. Yeah, yeah. His show is called Let's Just Talk About. It's awesome, guys. I should go check it out. It's also on Spotify along with my sports betting show. Definitely interesting content. Of course, we talk in American dollars. You know, if enough of y'all want me to learn the conversions well and start talking your language, we will. We'll do it. But other than that, though, we pick winners. That's all we want to do. We want you all to make money. We try and make money, and
We
yeah,
love money,
everything
Chris.
else under the sun. Of course, why not?
We love it. We love
Stock
it.
broker by day, hustler by night. What else can you ask for?
Shadow Gaming says hello, Tony.
Oh, nice. I think that's Jeff. Jeff, is that you?
We got Debo with a almost an interception, but Debo once again beastly this game. If you have Debo on your fantasy team, then that's a touchdown for you on the day, and
Oh,
also some lovely yards and catches that he's had so far. Look at this. Just look at the way he gets himself in position and then fights for that ball, almost
oh my
intercepted by the
goodness.
Rams.
A grown ass man. I mean, the guy literally just has legs the size of tree trunks. He's Debo Samuel is just. I know he gets his due. If you're an actual football fan, this may sound stupid, but he's genuinely like the most underrated weapon
Yeah,
in the National
yeah,
Football League. He gets like no credit because again, Jimmy Garoppolo sucks, right? So they don't really. And the way they use him as a gadget receiver, and he runs like a running back. He runs routes like a receiver.
yeah.
He's awesome, dude. He's
Feisty,
great. He's just as vital to that offense as George Kittle,
definitely.
if not more. If
Mm-hmm.
not more.
And
And here's a cool
you see
graphic
that?
to
You see
prove
that
it, huh?
stat?
God
Through
damn.
eight games, he's beaten Jerry Rice through 8 games in yardage. Most
Man,
9.5 yards after the catch, most by any wide receiver in the NFL. Second is AJ Brown.
Debo's playing like Debo. Jesus Christ. I mean, oh man.
Anthony
My
says
God.
Anthony says Debo going crazy. I'm glad I got him on my fantasy team.
Of course he does. Tony's actually been on a tear in our league, so shout out to him and his team. I mean, oh, it's kind of
Oh,
frustrating, but
from that
it is
snap
what it
there,
is.
Debo actually, I believe if that was him on the play. Yeah, Debo taking a snap from the backfield as a playing running back now. Might as well take
Yeah,
Mitchell out of the game, put Debo in at running back. He's been playing like a beast so far.
yeah, man. Like I said, like I was just saying, gadget player,
Mm.
that prone to the wildcat, red zone threat, up and down. They'll
Mm-hmm.
find ways to get it to him. If you look up jet sweep in the football dictionary, it would be a picture of Debo
Of
Samuel.
Debo taking that ball. You look at run
That ball
after
just
catch, it's Debo.
flying right across the offensive line. Boom.
There we are. Ooh, big
The
run
other,
there.
oh, taunting, come on, ring him up, ring him up.
No taunting call
We
there.
can't.
He
Come
hit him
on,
with
ring him up.
power.
Where's the hell no. He hurt his feelings. Can't do that.
Can't do that in the NFL. Tony, you know what? We're not watching the Manning cast, just regular ESPN here. I wish it was a Manning cast, but I can't
too
seem to
many
find it in the UK.
too many celebrations on the field.
Too many
Offense, right?
smiles,
Right. Too many smiles. The smile ratio has to be like 40%.
right? Everyone has to be sad, has to be PC. Everyone
You
has
have
to
to
be
decide who smiles like before the drive.
don't you
Like, okay,
dare
on this
smile at me.
touchdown you can smile.
Oh, stuff there by the Rams defense. Hey, you know what we haven't seen in this game is Aaron Donald or Von Miller actually making an effect on this game, right? No real pressures, no real. That helmet by number 50 on the Niners, Mac, is. I don't know if you're seeing that, but that looks. The center looks absolutely disgusting. That's the most disgusting helmet I've seen. But no, bro. I haven't really seen Von Miller or Aaron Donald make anything big. They've not really applied too much pressure. They've not really
Well,
looked
what
scary.
if, Mehmet? What if? Just what if? Hear me out. What if Von Miller's not good anymore and he's old, and
Mm.
the Rams just buy anyone because they're a big name and they're desperate.
Hey, I don't know. I don't know. What if? That's what you got to.
To what if? I know that's all it is, right? No, NFL doesn't take if, ands, or buts. It's all result based, right? But like, let's say you pick up Von Miller and OBJ, one's got to hit, right?
Oh,
I mean,
you
and
would
with that
think.
math, one's got to be a
You would
failure,
think, right? You believe so. There's a
right?
flag
The
on the
media
field.
will just have a field. The media wouldn't have a field day if Von Miller sucked in LA. They'd say, "Nah, it's the Rams' fault." Right? It
Definitely.
wouldn't be Von Miller's fault. He's perfect, right? If OBJ doesn't get 8 touchdowns the rest of the year, it's like, oh, he's a diva.
Illegal shift on the 49ers there. I mean, so far this game has really just turned into well, I don't even know what to call it at this rate. It's turned
Yeah,
into
Jeff, I agree. I agree, Jeff. It's a really really soft league, man. It is what it is now, man. It is what it is. It's
hmm
scary, but hey, at least the refs have been letting up on it in recent weeks. I mean, that's good. It was eccentric to start the year.
Hey,
Crazy.
don't high five after a play. You might upset the other team's feelings. That is taunting, and that is a first down. But it's second and 21 from the 49ers here. Not often you see that.
Jeez Louise.
Third down. And that's going to be
Let's get a big stop. Let's get a big stop here, boys.
third and
Come on now.
14. Yeah, hopefully, right?
Come
That's what
on,
I want
man.
as well. I think
The Rams were so cool before they changed to these in and out jerseys, these hamburger jerseys.
you don't like them.
Oh, they're terrible.
I'm a
They look
fan.
like
I'm a fan. I
they look
like it. I
generic.
like it.
They look like a fake make your own like team like on a video game.
I
They
think the
don't look like an
shininess of
actual
it,
NFL team.
the shininess of it is a bit weird. But other than that, I'm a fan.
Yeah.
I'm a
That's the not the well, however the opposite
ah.
of icing on the cake is like the shit in the stew, if you will. Um, I don't know. The old Rams one was amazing. It was legendary. It was classic. It was smooth. The dark blue with the gold ram horns. That shit was
You need
cool.
to take
This,
that out. It's a new era.
but
Hey,
I
we
get
have
it.
a
It's L.A. It's L.A. It's California. It's liberal. It's supposed to be hip, different, fashion forward, right? It's like freaking shiny. Have you noticed that the numbers are
yeah,
like
yeah.
plastic patches? That's weird to me. Like, see, look at the Niners. Classic,
Field goal here, by
historic,
the way.
eloquent. right down the
Bam!
pipe.
Right down the middle, 50 yards, 24-7.
Baller.
Tony said, "Madden create a team on these jerseys." 24-7. Rams are getting absolutely wow.
Yeah, I'm telling. See, Tony, I'm telling Tony totally, man. Madden created team. Swear to God,
I don't
it
know.
looks like there's an old movie about a minor league hockey team called Slapshot, where they make a joke about their jerseys looking like a beer can, and they have the exact same colors as the LA Rams now. So they look like a beer can,
Hey, each
like
their
a
own. I
really
don't
like
mind
a
these
no. I
jerseys.
take it back. It's LA, right? More like a seltzer.
I don't mind these jerseys. I think you know they're not too
I mean, they're
bad.
not the worst in the league, but like you killed a good thing. Like I'm just saying, in the NFL, prominent, great, legendary teams
Let
don't
me
change their
let me see
jerseys.
what they're. Let me go back to the
Go
Super
to like
Bowl.
go not St. Louis Rams, but look at LA Rams before they changed the
Yeah,
uniform.
I'm going to take a look back at the.
Those are clean. Those are tight.
You're talking. Okay. Yeah, they're not awful, right?
I mean, like there was a better way. I'm saying if you're gonna edit it, I'm all for alternates, but there was a better way to alternate that jersey
I get you,
than
right?
completely like change it and make it not gold but yellow, and then not just blue but like baby blue, and then metallic blue. Like, dude, why?
Well,
Like why?
back in the Super
Like you're
Bowl,
not gonna
they
start
went for
rocking
that
Rams
they went
gear.
for that throwback little bit of
Yeah,
throwback,
those
didn't
were
they?
pimp. Those
Yeah,
throwback, those '80s Rams jerseys are awesome.
yeah, bit of a
And like
strange one.
I think they have a version of that now as
Mm.
their current alternate. But man, that should be their default. If they're gonna wear these, I mean, I kind of like the creamsicle white that they wear.
Yeah,
That's kind of cool, but that's as cool as it gets. Like that's the only. If I'm ever gonna wear any Rams gear, that would be it. But like this new logo too, like it's not even a ram. Like it's like a ray of the sun or like the helmet. It's supposed to represent well, whatever. I mean, that ram was pretty awesome. That actual like ram with the big horns, that thing was
yeah.
cool.
Uh, let's get this plastered out there. Tennessee gave everyone the formula on how to beat the Rams. What do you think about that, Chris?
Let's see
Are they
here,
pulling
Tennessee.
Plankton, giving away the Krabby Patty formula on how to beat this
Oh,
Rams
dude,
team?
they just might have, dude. I mean, they really just might have. And again, the Rams, like I said about earlier with the whole wide receiver room, right? You had 40% turnover there, right? You not just added a guy, you lost a guy. So that whole
Well,
room is different.
from a from a guy who doesn't watch too much Rams football, I'm not too heavily associated with the NFC. I don't usually stay awake after the early windows because I live in the UK,
Oh, right, that makes sense. Because like
and
it's
a
like
lot of
what,
these
like
games can
two
be
in the
quite
morning where you
boring.
are. It's like 2 in the morning where you are, right?
It's 3 at the moment right now. Just turned 3.
My God, that's insane. Shout out to everybody overseas.
Right?
Shout
Hashtag NFL
out.
UK. Right? Well done. I
That's
know
so
there's a
wild.
few fans that went to Green Bay yesterday. I think it was like 50 of them from the NFL still showing
Oh,
out. We've got a
really?
good little fan base over here. So before you guys complain about traveling to away games, just think about how we feel. Stafford
No
almost
kidding.
picked off.
Oh,
Oh, so close.
oh
And
God.
this doesn't look like something that the Niners are doing incredibly well. It just looks like the Rams are just doing incredibly bad. That's what we're seeing here. We're not seeing, you know, the Niners
Yeah,
doing
man,
some
Matty looks uncharacteristic. I mean,
that balls.
again, at
Yeah,
some point he's got to put this team on his back. If it's not going to be this week, then he's got to go on a run. Losing this opportunity really sucks the
that's a
Rams
dangerous
if they don't
ball
have a
there.
chance to
So
cash
close
here.
to being intercepted. Awfully
Very
placed.
dangerous.
2nd and 10. Rams got up with a lucky one there. Rams got up with a lucky one and luckily still had the ball. And yeah, after that they're just gonna run it and try gain some yards rather than risk that again. And
Not bad. Sony Michelle in the game, putting in
right,
work. Good for him. Good
good
for
old
him finding a
Sony
home. Good for him finding a home. Another great Georgia quarterback. I mean running back. Pretty
quarterback.
awesome. Well, actually, from a Georgia quarterback.
Well, I
So
mean,
actually, not both.
he's now with the team that he beat in the Super Bowl, so take that, right?
Yeah, no kidding, right?
I
That's
never really knew. I never
always a
really
great.
knew
That's
how
always
to
a great
feel
move.
with Sony. That was my issue as a Patriots fan. I didn't really know if he was the guy, and like he had his moments, and then he had his moments where he was bad. He was good for like a season. Oh,
Oh
oh no,
man,
no, no!
That see, it's okay. That's all I needed to see. With Cooper Cup dropping a ball on third down like that, it's officially not their
Well,
day.
let's just take a look at this play again. I just want to see where that ball was placed. Was that behind him or?
It was behind him,
Yeah,
but catchable. He got two.
yeah, that's an
He
awkward
turned his head
position.
before he caught it. He turned his head before he caught it. He was anticipating the hit. He turned his body, so his back was facing his back was completely facing every D back.
Yeah, but you
That's
can't put it
scary.
all down to him on that one. That ball placement was not the best to get your guy. You know, that's got to be thrown in front, and that's passes like that from Matt Stafford that have been coming all game that have just made you question a few things, right? Like how are you throwing those balls so off target? You know, where are you going wrong with? Why are you making Jimmy Garoppolo look like the better quarterback in this game? What's going on? Questions need to be asked.
Right? It's almost like they had a little switcheroo, like that Space Jam thing where they just touch a football and Jimmy stole Matt's talent.
Well, not all of it. He hasn't shown any deep balls so far. So that's
That's true, right? Not all of it, right? Jimmy is just being Jimmy,
mm,
keeping it short, keeping it simple, keeping it cash.
mm,
I love it. That's what he needs to do. That's how they win ball games. This is see, that's the other thing I've forgotten to mention here. I mean, the Niners are making the Rams play their type of football completely. This literally just looks like this looks more like a 49ers football game than it does the Rams
mm.
playing football at all. Like I haven't seen one lick of Rams football at all. This is all Niners all day. Everything from Debo Samuel and the jet sweeps to pounding up the rock with Elijah Mitchell, short contemporary passes from Jimmy Garoppolo to weapons like George Kittle. And oh man, it's textbook. It's textbook. They're rolling. They're rolling
Well,
right now. But let's not forget to mention, dude, what do the standings look like if the Niners win?
but the
They're
one thing
really not that far out.
I want to bring up, and I know we've been a bit rough on him today, is on Matt Stafford, and there's a lot of pressure on Matt here. He's 7-2, looking at 7-3. There's a lot of pressure for Matt to go out there and win this game, and the Rams to be the super. But you know, we've not really established just where Matt came from and where he is now. And I think for him, where he is at the moment, going 7-3 is not bad, right? But we all look at it like this team shouldn't be 7-3 and shouldn't be losing to the Niners. But for Matt, it's not one of those games. So I think we look at it in a different aspect, but he's probably looking at it in like a it's okay, it's just a loss. You know what I mean? As after being
You're right.
in such a shit like situation, 7-3. If you told Matt Stafford he'd be 7-3 in 2021, he would probably say, "Fuck you, you're lying." You know what I mean? You
Right.
sure you
It's
don't
still
mean
not.
three and
It's still
seven?
not a bad. It's still not a bad spot.
Right.
Again, it's only because they're in the unique situation of having to play in one of the better divisions in the league.
Mm-hmm.
Only reason it sucks because no matter what, even if they don't win the division, they're gonna make life hell for the worst division
Hey,
leader
well,
in the NFC.
and also quick stat up there: San Francisco beat the Rams in 4 straight wins. So you know, maybe
Oh wow!
Shanahan
Wait,
has
so the Niners
cracked the
haven't. So
McVay
the
code.
so the Rams haven't beat the Niners in 2 years.
Yep,
That's
exactly.
fascinating.
Shadow Gaming, depending on who the Rams match up with. I think that's in terms to are the Rams a one and done team that you said, Chris. Yeah, I agree. Some games they make people look silly. Some games they make themselves look silly. Is what we've seen so far. And even when they've come out with a win in some games, it's also been down to the wire and has not looked confident on that on their side of the football. So I can agree with that statement. I can agree with that statement.
I mean, if they go in, because at this point, like I said, they're going to be tough for any team in the first round,
True.
particularly the 4 seed, because they're pretty much a lock to win the fifth
Oh,
seed.
Debo almost
It,
stuffed it. Debo is stuffed there, calling for the face mask. Flags are flying. Looks like that face mask is going to be called and he's going to get his way. Tony says Rams are fully in win now mode. That's true, but they're just not winning.
sure thing, right? And that's part of
That's
it,
where
though,
they're going
right?
wrong. Win now
For
mode,
them,
not winning.
for them, I would think they're not in a position to be one of those teams that says like we're just trying to make the tournament. We got to just make the tournament. The
Oh,
Rams, if they're going to be successful, they got to win home field and do something with it, or at least like for to cover a majority of the teams.
yeah.
So like win like a second, so like win the division, of course, and get themselves a home playoff game or two.
Two flags on that play, both offsetting face mask and a holding call. And let's see who's that face mask on there.
Ramsey probably.
Yeah, okay, he pulled him down with the face mask. He was already going down though. Jalen got
Oh
that
yeah, he
feist
was
in him,
getting
man.
them.
Hey, you stopped them. Why give up the play? 2nd and 7 after that play.
Oh,
Oh,
Ramsey getting in dirty again.
I'm getting feisty after the play. Jalen's not happy, man.
Yeah, they need a quick stop. They need it now. They don't have the time for anything else. They need a
Jalen wearing
stop.
that
They need it right
balaclava
now.
gives me like Black Air Force vibes. Like he looks like he's a menace. He wants to be a
Oh,
menace. They could be Black Air
he's
Forces,
scary.
Black Cleat Air Forces. I'm sure Jalen Ramsey would wear them.
Oh, I'm sure. He's scary. He's a thug. He's cool, man.
Mm-hmm.
Love me some Jalen Ramsey. He's big on the internet. I've seen like his crib tours. Pretty awesome.
3rd and 7, Rams
Oh my
can't get off
goodness.
the field. Debo again.
Debo is a machine today. What is
Tony in
his
the
stat
comments.
line looking
You're a happy man right now.
at? Oh man, I bet he is.
Look at that. That ball is placed just where the receiver can get it. Look at that. Jimmy G looking like a good quarterback. Debo looking like a all-pro receiver in this game. What you thinking if you're Aaron
Debo
Donald, huh?
Samuel. Oh man, if you're thinking you're Aaron Donald, you're just like, why is this not working?
I
And
like how
it's
the
like, oh
camera's
yeah,
panned over to
The Niners defense is amazing. The Niners offensive line is amazing. Again, that's what I'm saying. Like Jimmy might literally be like the third worst player on his own offense because everyone in that
Ramsey
line's better
again.
than him. Debo's better than him.
Ramsey talking shit to the sideline. I love it.
Yeah, dude, he should be. He's cold.
Antonio again. Black Air Force vibes for sure. Exactly. Look at on that play there. Swats the ball down. Boom. Gets back up and starts talking shit to the coaches.
He's just getting ugly. He's getting in there, man. Getting dirty. He's got to grind. Someone has to. This Rams defense, this Rams team in general
Someone's got to
needs
do
to
it,
get a
right?
stop
Someone's got
immediately.
to do it.
I don't even know, but I don't understand why the Niners are even passing the ball.
Yeah, I know they won't get him as being so
They're giving
impressive.
them a chance to come back.
Here's where I think they're going with this, right? You pass the ball, you find Debo, he picks up 20, 30 yards, and you win the game. Because that's what's been happening
All right,
all
like I
game.
get it though. Don't ruin a good thing if that's what's working.
Yeah, maybe,
I get it. There's two schools of thought,
maybe I'd say just keep
and
giving the ball to
they
Debo.
only judge you based on what works though. Because I mean, you could like say, okay, well, let's not abuse the pass and
Uh,
and then just give the Rams more possessions and a chance to come back
Here, while
when
we
you're a great running football team who could eat the clock up and win the game.
now in a commercial break, I'm just checking the my fantasy football, and we're still on 7 points. We still need something. We're looking for a sack, an interception, you name it. We need it right now, and no more touchdowns from the Niners would be perfect. But right now I'm on 7 points. I need that 10, 11, and we can have this game in the bag. You need the win. Looks like tonight we aren't very lucky, Chris. We should stop doing this and make sure we carry on getting our wins rather than just doing this and losing all the time, huh?
Well, I mean, hell, like I said, there's some luck in my fortunes here because I hadn't even checked my fantasy teams, either one of them, and it turns out I pulled out miracle dubs in both.
Luckily. Shadow. No way the 49ers blow it, right? I don't know. It's the
Ha ha ha
49ers.
ha ha ha, Jeffrey.
It's
That's
the
so
49ers.
hilarious. That
Who
is so
knows?
funny.
Who knows?
That would be hilarious. I don't know, man. Jeffrey, I'm checking the standings, guys. Tony, Jeff, if you're in there listening to me, I'm looking at some of this right now. Tony, you obviously don't even care about this because you're 8-1, and the next best player in your division is 1-8, and they're both taking L's. Jeffrey is grinding for a playoff spot, grinding for it. I love it. And at 7-2, I still don't even leave my own division.
That's what you get, right?
For yeah, losing 2 games. That was my only crime.
That's what you get for doing
That
that.
right. I was 7-0, and the guy behind me was 6-1. I was like, "You got to be kidding me! You can't lose one or two more games, dude. You can't just be good. You had to be great." In the year that I was great, and I had to play him to end the season, so I'm probably still got the fight. We're already like close to the end of fantasy football too. Actually,
Yeah, no, it's crazy. The season.
14 games.
I say it's
This is
every
week
year.
10.
Every year, like I'm like, okay, the season's young, and the next thing you know, the season's over. And you're like, shit, where has
The
this come
hell's
from?
quick.
Like where, how? Like that 1 minute it was week one, next, you know what I mean? Time moves so quick when you've got something to look forward to for like only a small amount of time. That's the issue with football. It comes and then it goes. It's
I know,
painful.
man. It's the
It's
only thing that feels that way too. And ironically, it's like it's got the fewest games.
yeah.
So like, and there no, it's got the most break in between games versus any other sport. So you would like, there's an illusion that the season's longer.
Well,
They only play once a week.
that's why I think that's why I would like, when we get eventually the XFL coming back. I just enjoy football. You know what I mean?
Me too.
Oh God,
I
you
was
see,
actually a fan of it.
you see that pass by Jimmy? Where the fuck was
Yeah.
that going? Holy shit!
Again, why are they passing it? Like I
Right?
think 6 of their last 8 plays
That
were
gives
passes.
that gives the Rams
It's still the third quarter. They
straight
still get the
ball
ball
straight
back
back.
with the third quarter.
Yeah, 59 seconds stops the clock, and it gives the Rams the ball back. Don't get me wrong, they're not doing anything, but come on, Jeff, they're not the Falcons. They're not the
They're not the
Falcons.
Falcons.
They're not the
Jeffrey's a Saints
Falcons,
fan. He
but
loves
someone
to
is
throw
on
that
that
on
team
there.
who is related to the Falcons, and a quite iconic loss when it comes to comebacks and dropping it all in the second. So
Jeffrey just wants to see Shanahan blow it.
yeah, I mean, to be fair, it wouldn't
Ha ha
surprise
ha
me.
ha ha. Ha.
And we have a
Oh,
Julian Edelman commercial here, so I would not be surprised if that jinxed it a little bit. Started fantasy 0-4, clawed my way back. We love to see that. We love to see that shit. That's what you want, right?
yeah,
Absolutely
Jeff's
just
the hottest
grinded it.
team. Jeff's clearly the hottest team. Yeah, if he was 0-4, I think he's like, if I'm not crazy, I think he's actually like 4-5. So he's gone on a roll. Like
Jeff is a
he's just gone
beast.
on an absolute roll.
Beastly. Beastly. Hey, big moment in this game, right? 24 to
Huge,
7.
gargantuan.
You
What do
need
the Rams
something.
do? Nut up or shut up. You need points. You
Cooper
need
Cup.
them now.
Cooper Cup catches a ball, at least. Not a first down, but it's a catch. Almost on the right track. Let's see OBJ in there, man. I don't care if it's just to get him, like some time in. I want to see what he can do. Can he help this team? How much can he help this team? Are they going to find a connection with him? Stafford again, 2nd and 4. Pressure. Ooh.
Oh
Oh,
my
Stafford
God.
thinks he
What
is. Oh,
is he doing?
I do not
Dude,
know. Oh, a lot of
Matt
pressure.
Stafford, Matt Stafford under extreme duress, making his best Carson Wentz impression here
I was
by
going.
making an absolutely questionable flick fucking sideways.
At first, I was going more Lamar Jackson, and then that that throw came in.
Oh
Third and
Lord.
7.
But you know what? Oh
Oh
my
no!
goodness. Another drop.
Tyler
Tyler
Higbee a drop.
Higbee.
You can't even call that one on Matt. You know what I mean?
And the drive ends in 56 seconds.
If that. What the fuck was that pass,
It's
Stafford?
still the third quarter, people.
It is. But we're gonna change
That
it
is
right now on our
so
screen to the fourth quarter.
crazy. That is so nuts. Gotta be kidding me.
4th and 7. Punt the ball away. Get this ball out. It's crazy how.
This is atrocious.
Yeah. The,
Uh oh, Tony, you think it was the pass? I don't know, man. That
mm, I think.
he should have caught that.
Yeah. He had that in his hands.
He had it in his legs too, apparently. Shit.
Hands, legs, feet, you name it.
Hands. Like he dropped that shit with 10 toes. Oh my goodness.
It's just
My
not been the night.
goodness. All Niners. All Niners here.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, what does this mean for San Francisco? I mean, what? How? This guy's got to at least put him remotely in the outer skirts of the playoff hunt, right?
Right, yeah. I mean, I think it's a confidence boost. Regardless of how the Rams are playing, they're still 7-2. And if you can beat them at 3-5, then you've always got to go in there and have a smile on your face after that. And you can
I'm
see
just
they
I'm
look
just
good.
assuming the Niners. I'm just assuming the Niners are in win mode
Right.
because if they were like in rebuild mode, they'd be playing Trey Lance. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming they're still trying to win,
Trying to get
and if
somewhere,
they're
trying to
trying
see who
to
this team is.
win, but of course you'd rather be 0-16 than 8-9 and miss the playoffs though.
Hmm.
So I don't know. I just don't know what they're headed towards. Are they just striving for mediocrity? Because then having a middle round draft pick isn't going to really do anything.
Yeah, just stop you there though. Before Antonio did say he was talking about the shovel pass before we threw it for negative yards.
Oh, yeah,
Wait,
that was atrocious. Oh, the flip, the
yeah,
sideways flip.
yeah.
Yeah, that was
Says it looks like
disgusting.
a Favre looking pass.
Carson Winston, dude. Carson Winston. It was really, really ugly.
Yeah, no, yeah, but going back to the 49ers, I do think, it, I mean, like I said, winning any game is helps build up your team and can help change the dynamic around even in a week. But beating a team that's 7-2, doesn't matter how they play on the day, builds your confidence up. Just like the Patriots game, on the day the Browns played like shit, but they're still a good team. They still have the opportunity to play well, and if you beat them, why not take the benefits of beating them? And if they can put up a few
Browns
more
are actually a
few more
decent
points,
comp for the Browns and the Niners are actually basically the same team
yeah, I mean,
and in the same position for the most part. Oh, let me exit frame for 2 seconds here.
we'll take it, right? Hey, getting into the fourth here, and we are looking for something, at least from the Rams in this game. A score, a drive,
Oh yeah,
maybe, at
Jeff. I
least.
know that you're excited about the wild card race. You got your hero Trevor Simeon. And by the way, the Jameis Winston fan club is now converted to the Trevor Simeon fan club because only OG Saints fans like me would know to appreciate him. So I'll allow you to join for half off on your next subscription to
That's a good deal.
Simeon in fan club.
That's a good deal. You can take that. Hey, rest in peace, Jameis Winston, man. What a good season he was having. Brought a lot of fire into that team, replacing Drew Brees. It's going to be difficult, but he's done a good job. I'll give him that. And obviously
Cam Newton,
now he's out.
if Cam Newton wins his job back in Carolina,
Oh, he's
should he
won
beat
that.
out should he beat out Dak for comeback player of the year? Because that's pretty badass.
Hmm.
Oh, Tony said the Mavs beat the Nuggets. That's freaking awesome. Damn, the
I didn't.
Mavs are on a roll.
That's a tough question you asked, though. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I still feel like if Dak carries on the way he is, he's got to have that comeback player of the year. Got to have it. I think. No way about it.
Not if he wins the MVP.
That's true. But do you think he's going to do that?
That's but that would be crazy, right? See the domino effect that would have. If Dak wins the MVP, then Cam would win like comeback player of the year
Maybe.
by default.
Well, in my opinion, he's already won the job back. Definitely, like that's why they've called him up because they're not happy with it, where any of their QBs are. And I think he's already won that job back. We just got to see how he's going to do in the season. If he can take them to the playoffs, then yeah, of course. Then he's going to get comeback player of the year. You know what I mean?
Right.
But
Probably should be Simeon. Probably should be Trevor Simeon to be honest. I mean, he's
well,
leading.
what
He's
did
on
he
the
come
best
back
team in
from? He
football.
wasn't really
He,
put in a
he's
bad
on.
position.
He's on the team that's going to win the Super Bowl. He's like, he's replacing the MVP and becoming an even better MVP. I'm just saying all this for Jeffrey because
Hey,
I know Jeffrey
to
knows
be
that I'm a
fair,
bigger Saints fan.
to be fair, before his injury, Winston was on a roll to have extremely good numbers. Low interception rate, which is good for him, right? High
Right.
touchdowns, which is good for
MVP
anyone.
numbers.
He was doing good. I respect him, man. He was a good player, and I'm sad to see him go down the route of injury. And I think he's out for the season, right?
Yeah, totally out for the season. He might, honestly, dude, he might have a hard time finding another job.
Well, from the way you saw him in the locker room, I don't know if you saw the video of him dancing, but Jesus Christ, it didn't look like he was going to have a difficult time. No way. Right
I
after
mean,
the
he'll still
game, he was
try.
out there breakdancing on his crutches. He had no issues. Hey, stop
I
it,
take it
Chris.
back
Stop it,
as a
Chris.
starting quarterback. As a starting quarterback, nobody's gonna want a damaged, unproven commodity.
He's
He basically had
no. He's proven himself.
half a season of no picks,
He's proven
or like
himself.
half a season of lowered picks. I mean, who's to say that's consistent? Who's to say that would work on another team? And who's
Chris.
to say that after his injury he'll even be half of what he is now?
No, Chris. No, no. Everyone in the comments is disagreeing. Debo,
Hey
another
Cam,
catch there. I mean, this is to the point where this game is just getting so out of hand to the point where the Rams aren't doing anything. You get talking on Jameis Winston and where he
like
is on the season.
we should be
Jameis.
talking about Simeon, the Saints, the future, the franchise quarterback of the Saints. No, I'm just playing.
I'd hope
No, I'm
not.
not. Yeah, Jeffrey would be so scared.
Hey, quick stat for everyone: the Rams 1-6 on third downs. 1-6. Not a good night if you're Sean McVay. Not a good night.
Tough. 2 on drops.
Imagine being beat by Jimmy Garoppolo. Imagine how much that must hurt.
Imagine getting run up by Jimmy Garoppolo.
And
That's the tough part.
Mitchell as well. And sometimes Debo Samuel in the backfield coming in there.
Well,
Hey,
that's expected though.
fourth down though. The finally the Rams get a stop and you see Von Miller celebrating there.
Hey, but do you go for it and
Mid-edge
trying to
jump.
win
I
in the
don't think it's
game?
worth it, right? That was a good tackle
But
there. I don't
but
think
you
it's
put the
worth it.
nail you put the nail in the coffin if you do though.
Not necessarily. You still Kyle
And it looks
Shanahan.
like you are. Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, he totally would. They'd eat up more clock. They'd be in scoring position. They'd be at three
Right.
possessions.
Yeah.
This is the ball game right here. They get a first down. They're pretty much screwed, especially with the way they're running the football mimic. Ooh,
Oh, we have
trying
a
to catch.
stoppage
Trying to see how
impending.
they must not have liked how they lined up.
Yeah. And maybe they're gonna get off the field now. We'll see.
Most
But
likely.
timeout call. And that's only that leaves him with 2 timeouts left. And Tony says Russell Wilson to the Saints. No, Tony. I don't. I don't think that's a fair thing to say. I don't think Russell's going anywhere. I know we
Oh, you
presumed
think
at the
he'll
start of
retire
the
a
year.
Seahawk?
Yeah, I think so. I don't. I feel like, and I think obviously Pete Carroll leaving is going to have a big effect on him. So I think it just depends when Pete Carroll calls it quits, when he calls it quits. You know what I mean?
See, I think that's the best point as to why he would leave, right? I
Mm.
mean, Russell Wilson, Super Bowl winning
Oh,
quarterback,
4th and 5.
veteran.
Here we are. Let's pause the Russell Wilson talk for. Ah,
Oh, and
Debo
he
touchdown.
busts loose again.
Ooh, that is on 4th and 5. That's put the nail in the
They
coffin
went for it. What
on the
I tell you,
game,
man.
on your bet, and I think on my fantasy football night. Unless this defense can do something big.
Hey, my under is still alive.
Oh yeah, you're under still
That'll
alive, but
cancel out.
not on the Rams winning, right?
Rams +3 has no shot.
Debo, says Tony, and that's right. Everyone in the stadium shouting D. Oh, look at that in between
My
triple
God,
coverage as well. And that was really nicely placed. And a lot of trust on your
Debo is so
receiver to go
good.
make that catch. And once again, Debo with the run after catch is just mental. Look at that. What was that, 20? And that is good. Now we can update the scores. And we've got.
Debo Samuel reminds me of. He looks like 2016 Antonio Brown of the Steelers right now.
Oh, that's bold. That's bold. Okay, I feel that.
It's true.
2016 Antonio Brown. We have not seen that
I
Antonio
mean, look
Brown
at
in a
the way
while.
they're using him. Look how I mean, this guy freaking returns kicks back every now and
Uh
then.
huh.
He's so versatile, so strong, so fast,
It's
and he
the
catches the
only thing
ball in
we
space.
haven't seen is a boot to the face, which would be very Antonio Brown like.
Epic. That'd be
Good old,
awesome.
yeah, I know, amazing to see that. You don't let them drop 30 on you, Sean. You let them drop 31. Um, I think yeah, you mean the Niners? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Debo Samuel has been going off, so I think that's been a huge attribute. But I know the Rams just looking dog shit tonight. Don't know why they're playing like
Can we
this. I
pull up
don't.
can we pull up the Debo Samuel box score? I mean, my God. Do you know what it is?
No, no idea.
Let me look it up. Debo.
He's been going off though. Absolutely great game by him, and I can't even fault it. Jimmy G has been putting the ball in some places that most QBs can't. So for some reason he's actually becoming a QB today and fucking playing lights out. God knows how.
Only 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 receiving, he's averaging 20 yards a catch. He got 97 on 5 and a touchdown. That's just receiving.
Just deceiving. He's ran the ball a few
Yeah.
times as well.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. More than a few. I'm trying to find his rushing yards. Let's see here.
Why do you need the 49ers to lose? What's in the 49ers to lose for you, Sean? I don't see what's the implication. Nothing will affect the playoffs or anything for you as a Dolphin. I mean, playoffs and the Dolphins are not
Oh,
in
is
the
that
same.
oh, is that Sean, your host, your old host?
Yeah,
Oh, what's up, Sean?
and
I
the
haven't
old
talked to you in a minute, pal. What's up? Hey, go Fins, bro. Like I told you, man, Dolphins are my backup team and they're my AFC team.
hey
I
Debo with
fucks with
the
the
Niners
Fins.
chain.
I fucks with the Fins.
Yeah, so why do you,
Let's
why do
see
you need the
here.
49ers solution? What's in it? What's in it for me? It's a nice little fancy win. Um, Chris has a some money on it. So what's in it for Sean?
Yeah, what is in it for Sean? Debo Samuel rushing attempts. He's got. Let's see here.
We have the draft pick. Fair play. Hey, I don't think you need to worry too much about them
Damn,
doing
dude.
doing great.
Debo on the ground, 5 carries for 36 yards, and then receiving 5 catches for 97 yards. So they've literally given the ball to him on the ground as many times as they've passed it to him, and he's got a total of 130 plus yards from scrimmage on the day.
I just don't see here how the Rams are just giving up so many possessions, so many points. 4th and 5 to let up a touchdown is just yeah. I don't know. This is what you get. All right.
Maybe this
Matt
defense ain't as good
Stafford
as it
and the
is on
Rams
paper.
on a courtesy drive. Tyler Higbee picking up the first down there after getting rocked up a little bit. Yeah, this
Yeah,
Rams team aren't even looking like 7-3 in this game. Obviously, I know it's just one game, but
it's 2 games,
yeah. Well, I mean, this is just one game. You take what you want
but
from
back
it.
to back weeks. So now it feels like a slump. Now you're starting to worry.
Yeah.
You see
Well,
what I mean?
like I said,
If you're a Rams fan.
Matt Stafford's used to it, so he's probably wondering why everyone's complaining. I don't know if you look just behind Matt Stafford on this play. Why is there a? Oh, okay, he was being held down by another Niners. I didn't even notice that player there. I thought he was just in on the floor in
I'm
agony.
just saying, typically when teams like this lose back-to-back games, that's when the media starts coming out.
Oh, the media's
Oh,
always up,
has
man.
have they? Yeah, but like really barking.
Yeah.
Like, had they figured out Matt Stafford, right?
I don't
Like,
think they have. I don't
is the
think it's.
gig up? Is the gig up?
No. I don't think so. I just think there's good games and bad games. Today is that's going to be a
So they just
defensive
played two good
pass interference
defenses
day.
back-to-back weeks.
Well, so yeah, well,
They kind of did.
flag here. That's going to be defensive pass interference on Williams of the 49ers there. Quan Williams. Never heard of him before. But welcome to the stream. Welcome to the fourth quarter. Welcome to your first flag of the game. Yeah, okay, yeah. There before the balls even touched him, already back in his arsehole, putting his shit up there. This game's pretty much over now for the Rams, unless a miracle. I say pretty much over. Come on, it
Yeah,
is
they would
over.
have to score here and ASAP.
Yeah,
Something
unless
deep.
1st and 10, the Rams looking for
Oh,
something. Oh, again. Another drop, and that again looks like ball placement. I don't know, is that Fied behind him? I guess we'll have to see again, but it looked like to me that was once again thrown behind the receiver, and that's got to be killing this team. Got to be pissing off the wide receivers as well when you're open and that ball is thrown behind you. But I don't know if they're
and
going to
look.
show
Oh, you know what? Look, here's good reason to think that the Rams suck. The
that.
Niners are missing all these players on
Yeah,
defense.
on injury reserve.
Wow. So they're getting run up by the backups and Tennessee. Damn. What if the Rams just suck? What if they're just a regular team? See, we get caught up sometimes
Well, there's the first down.
mid-season, right? I mean, like I remember explicitly a couple of years ago, the Cowboys started off 3-5, and then ended up winning like 7 out of the last 8 games. Like it's just crazy. Some of these good teams are going to have ruts to end the season. Look at the Steelers last year. Who's
Oh,
going to be
no,
this
the
year's
Steelers are.
Steelers?
Oh, deep ball. Downfield. Almost intercepted. No way. No way. That could have been lights. Stafford, but even there, the ball was just placed in a shit position. Nowhere near. But
In a shit position.
yeah, look at
It
that
was
double
pretty bad. He
coverage.
underthrew the shit out of him.
Yeah, in double
If he
coverage,
throws
man, you
out
got to be
further, I
throwing
think he
that
could beat him.
deep over his shoulder. That was like a
I
bullet
mean,
pass rather than a lob.
if he throws that in the end zone, I think Cooper gets there.
Yeah, easily. It's something you don't see Matt Stafford do often is give up those kind of opportunities. Never mind, almost
Underthrow footballs.
yeah, causing a interception from it. But luckily, he's still got it again. 2nd and 10, quick pass. Cooper Cup on the ball gets a few yards. Sean, the Rams are not going to the Super Bowl. I'm sorry. They put a lot into this team, but they're not it. They're not it. I don't think.
Yeah, not going to the Super Bowl.
Not going to the Super Bowl. I think they
That'd
have
be
the
cool though.
chance to get far in the playoffs, but no way. The Packers, the Packers will beat this team.
Oh, easy.
Yeah, get
Well, not
Aaron Rodgers
easy.
back into
It'll
healthy
probably be
form.
cool.
Here
I
you
just
are,
don't
third
see
and
this Rams
four.
team. I just don't see this Rams team going on the road 3 times
Yeah.
because that's what they would have to do
Mm-hmm.
if they don't win the division. Like they'll be a good team. They could have 12 wins and still be have the road team in every playoff game. They'd have to go to probably like somewhere like Green Bay and then have to potentially go to Dallas or Arizona,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then still have to go maybe to Tampa, Dallas, or Arizona. Like you got to go
Oh,
all.
oh my lord! Did you
No
see that?
way.
Did
No
he just
way.
intercept the ball with his arse cheek? I'm pretty sure
No way.
we just
No
saw
way.
a butt interception. There's a flag on the field. It might be pass
Oh my
interference, but
God.
if that
We've heard of the
stands,
butt fumble, people. We've heard of the butt fumble.
butt
But have
interception.
you heard the butt pick? The ass pick?
Oh, I think this is getting turned back. Oh my god, look at this. Oh, butt
No.
interception. That's being called back.
The assception.
I love it.
It's
I
assed off.
love it.
Oh my God. It's assed off. In the turnover for the 49ers,
Oh,
they just assed it off. Dude, he picked that shit with his ass cheek.
wait, is that standing?
Tony, Jeff, please, are y'all out there watching this?
No, I expect for the Dolphins are gonna. I'll go into the Rams pages. Oh, yeah, bounce at the first. Oh yeah. I'd be impressed if the Dolphins even pick up a few wins. Two is supposed to be back in next week, so that's the loss. Oh no, the butt interception does not count.
Dude, the greatest thing that never happened.
Right, that's going to be plastered everywhere. Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm hurt, man. I'm so hurt.
Every meme page.
Yeah, that's going to be everywhere. Somehow this drive stays alive and the butt interception does not count. Stupid
That
flags, huh?
sucks. That would have been
Yeah.
crazy. Like the greatest pick ever. Hand to ass cheek. That's nuts.
I don't know if your boys are still
That's
here.
nuts. They're gonna. I don't even know. Like in the film room, do you like clown them?
No, you
Do
expect
you
it.
fucking praise them?
That's
You're
hustle,
like,
man. That's hustle. Everyone's gonna start getting butt
hey, I
injections
heard
just in case.
Williams loves balls in his ass so much he's willing to do it live in front of
Live
national
prime
television
time.
audience.
Prime time. Remember, Chris?
Hey man, your ass was prime time.
Oh, 2nd and 5, deep end zone.
Oh, you gotta hold on to that.
What's going on with this team?
You gotta hold on to that.
Yeah, that was a good ball as well.
He bobbled it.
Jefferson there on the attempted catch, has it in his hands and just drops it. Catches have just not been
He
going.
ended up catching it, but he caught it in the white.
You know
chalk
what? I
mark.
reckon. I reckon it's the fog that you brought up earlier, Chris. Maybe that's
I mean, look
giving
how the
them
lights look.
a
I
little
mean, yeah,
a little hazy game right now.
if you ignore that angle of the hot cheerleaders for a second, you can see the haze in the lights.
3rd and 5, Stafford gets the ball back to Cup, who's been involved on this fucking drive like multiple times. Absolutely ball
Yeah,
it
because
out.
honestly, I would have thought that whole fog thing was bullshit, but I recently joined the soccer team and I play goalie. And when the shots come from distance, those lights and the fog, it's hard to drive
Right.
down. You don't see it till late.
As soon as it's released off the foot, just about when it's about to come in. Beckham's still on the sideline. We've not seen him
I think he just doesn't know enough of the offense.
on the field 13 times out of 43 snaps and only getting 2 receptions for 18 yards. First and goal. This game is definitely over, but
Oh
can the
man,
Rams? No. And Stafford goes down. I was going to say, can the Rams get something? But 3 points, unless they decide to do a fake field goal again.
this is one of those games that really hurts your power
Yeah.
rankings.
Yeah.
Like I'm telling you, like if I'm doing ESPN power rankings, they're so eccentric over there. Two
They're getting
losses in a
put
row.
they're
It's
getting
like
put
the Rams
down,
are
right?
done. They're toast. Matt Stafford, waste of money. Where my draft picks go? Ba 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 ba. Stephen A. is going to be on TV spitting bullshit about Matt Stafford tomorrow.
As usual.
The brother can flat out play his ass off, but he just can't win a football game. Right? Just, dude, oh man,
That was a good Stephen A impression. I'll give you that.
man, I really
Flags
thanks.
flying.
My boy Jeffrey, co-host of Let's Just Talk About, he yeah, the Saints fan. He's really good. He loves Stephen A.
He's getting
Shout out to Max Kellerman though.
into
I
the
miss him.
UFC. Oh no! Don't bring up Max Kellerman around here. No way.
All right, y'all
No way.
hate him.
Oh, we hate Max Kellerman around here.
I think he's funny because he's so easy to hate. You need a yin to the yang, right? Like Stephen A. seemed more smart by him being so dumb because he was dumb on purpose. I used to
No.
watch Max on Sports Nation. He was amazing on there.
The whole hating on Brady. The whole Brady fell off a cliff. Cooper Cup here. Another catch.
Right.
Second goal.
He was on Sports Nation actually like hosting a show. He actually was a journalist, but then when he went on his first take, he's like, "All right, my job is to be the crazy white guy."
Be a character, right? Get your money, get paid.
Right, I get it. Like, be a character, right? Be a don't be a person, be an idea.
Yeah, true.
I respect the game.
He stays there. I still, I'm looking down at the scoreboard of this game on on the stream, and then looking back at the scoreboard on the TV. It does not
Mhm.
seem real. I remember thinking about this game. I was like, this game's
It
gonna be
doesn't seem real, dude. The
yeah
spread before this game, the
boring
Rams
Monday
were
night
favored by
football
by four. The
blowout
Rams were
Rams,
favored by four. The Rams were favored by 4 points yesterday, man.
and here they are.
4 points,
More
more than a
stoppages on the
field goal.
field. Come on, man. Let's just play this game, right? Let's just end the game. Let's go home. This is what the Rams are thinking. Let's just go home. Fuck this shit.
Yep. Let's
San
watch this.
Francisco, it's smelly, full of hippies. Just bounce back to LA where it's not so smelly,
Right,
just a
where
little
it's just
less
right,
hippies.
a little bit less hippies,
Yeah.
but with just a little bit more homeless people.
Little less weed, little more homelessness.
Right. Classic LA. LA staples. Could you imagine going to SoFi? It's like freaking like just nothing but tents outside of it.
Yeah, probably. Or in the stadium.
It'd be, that'd be wild.
In the executive booth.
Right. It's all like, right, freaking rich guys in suits are like, oh shit, tripped over a homeless
Where's
table.
your change? Give me your money.
They just because I've been in New York. I was in New York for like a week for
Mm.
like a college conference once. It's very much like that. Like they just coexist. It's like people just walk right by each other with the vast differences.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
Like I want to go to Giants game or a Jets game or something in New York. I bet that's so crazy. I've always wanted to go to a hostile environment.
Hostile. Not the Jets.
Okay, well that's not hostile, but the Jets would be. I mean, the Giants would be. I don't know if I want to
Yeah,
wear
a
my
little
cowboy
bit.
stuff though.
Oh, under pressure. Run for that touchdown. Run for that touchdown run.
You
Where's he
can't
going?
throw it.
Oh my god, there's no way.
It's probably be a flag.
But
Probably gonna let
there's
it be.
still
They're
no
gonna let
way
it be
that.
incomplete.
How did he just not? I don't know. Stafford's got to be running that in there. Hesitation. What's this flag on the field for though? You tell me, Chris. What? Roughing the passer, maybe?
No, dude, for throwing it beyond the line of scrimmage like an
Oh
idiot.
gosh, yeah, he was way past the line of scrimmage.
Dude, yeah, I
Oh
thought he was gonna
gosh, yeah,
run
I
it
didn't even
home.
notice that.
Hmm. Let's see how they call it though. Kind of curious about that.
Well, it was way past the line of scrimmage. I was wondering. I was thinking, why is this guy not taking off? What's he doing?
I was like, why? Honestly, dude, I'll be okay. Like I'll give Matt Stafford the benefit of the doubt.
Illegal
I think
foot
he's
pass,
so
yeah.
smart. I think he's so smart. He did that on purpose because he didn't want to get hit.
No way, man. He
I
was
think
he was
so.
there, bro. He could have took that easily in. Come on,
Well,
come
he
on,
knew it
Chris.
looked like if you watch it again, it looked like he changed his mind. He was running forward and then started to run backwards,
Running
sideways.
backwards.
He knew he crossed the line.
Oh yeah, he should have knew that he crossed the line.
So which is why I think him throwing it
But he could
after
have
he crossed the
he
line,
could
he
have
just didn't
still
want to
ran
get
out of
hit.
bounds and got them closer to fourth and goal, rather than taking them back 5 yards. He had the
Right.
opportunity to run out of bounds. He just stood in through the ball. So I think that might have just been a brain fuck by him. After all this shit that he's dealt
Taking a
with.
shot, and that's the
Oh my
play.
lord, there's no way he overthrew it that high. Number one on the Niners there, giving Jefferson a little tap on the helmet, a little sorry about this, bro. That ball was nowhere near. That, yeah, that's embarrassing. I don't think Stafford knows what's going on in his own head right now.
Dude, like I gotta reevaluate. Let's who do the Rams play next? Because this could get ugly if they lose
Right?
three. I'm serious. Like you see what I mean? Like that's why the NFL is so fascinating, right? You have these swings in emotion and momentum, and your season can change almost overnight. Like
Immediately.
8 days, and you're
Yep.
like you went from a team that was rolling, right? I mean, they were literally 7-0,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like actually the Rams are the same as my fantasy team. Started 7-0. Oh no, they were 7-1. They lose one, and now they lose another. So, two of their three losses would be in the last 2 weeks.
So you
And
scared now?
then, well, I'm just saying, put it in perspective here. It doesn't get much easier for them. And
Mm-hmm.
they play the Packers next week,
Right. Well, if
and
Aaron
then they
Rodgers looked
play,
the way he did the other
and then,
day,
but
maybe.
then they play the Jaguars, which is a freebie. But then they immediately play the Cardinals.
Right.
So this is a tough
But the card,
stretch.
I
Two
don't
of
know.
their
I don't
next
know
three
how long.
games can be L's.
I don't know how long it's going to be for the Cardinals to get Kyler Murray back in and get him looking the way he was. Obviously, getting their ass kicked by the
Fair
Panthers.
enough.
So.
But let's pretend the Packers take them to town. Let's pretend the Cardinals grab a dub. That means the Rams would have lost 4 of their last 5 games
Mm-hmm.
to that point going into December.
Right.
That doesn't sound very good.
Doesn't
That's
sound
not a
great.
good place for a team to be.
Not for a team, especially that's supposed to have one of the best defenses and now one of the best offenses in the league.
Well, no, it's more particularly scary for a team that has no fucking draft picks. So it means that this is the best it's going to get.
Best they can get unless they try and pick someone else up.
Right? Unless they sell shop and, like, backstab everybody. It's like, OBJ, just fucking kidding. Don't want you no more.
Fuck you,
Psych.
OBJ.
Psych. Vaughn, it was nice while it lasted. It's not even Christmas yet. Yeah, but
Go home. Go home, Van.
go
Take off for
home.
the team. We don't need you anymore.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, Miles Garrett just became available. Right.
Everyone's available at this moment.
I think so. Devo Samuel, man, what a day. Just absolutely taking the offense on his back, almost beating this team by itself. You can't even really argue that it was one thing. This was honestly just complete domination by the
Yeah.
49ers. The
Well,
underdogs going into this
yeah,
game.
but the thing is, it didn't feel like a domination. It just felt like a slow crumble of the Rams. You know what I mean? There was
I knew
no.
that there had to be something that I didn't know going into this game because again the spread was 4 and then it
Mm-hmm.
moved to 3.5, which means that in the betting world that means that big bettors, pro gamblers who put millions of dollars in the games were putting money on the 49ers. So it's like, okay, well, what do they know that I don't
Mm-hmm.
know? What do they know that the public doesn't know? And clearly they knew something.
Well, you tell me. Maybe it's the fact they feel like with all these new players, that something's just not going to click.
Yeah, I mean that's had been the only thing.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy. Like these pro bettors, they have insiders. Like they're more accurate than like your Adam Schefters or even Ian Rappaport. These guys are way more accurate because there's money on the line.
Well, why not,
Like
huh?
they live. Cause whoever the actual good insiders are, you would never know who they are
Mm-hmm.
because they're gonna give their info to Vegas before they give it to the media.
Yeah. Well,
That's why you see the lines change,
changing all the time.
right? Because of what they tell Vegas and because of the amount of money on one side or the other.
Mm-hmm.
That's why
Lots
I
of
knew I was
money
like,
there.
man, the Niners. I'm like, why are they getting money on them right now? I was like, because the entire public was on the Rams. 80% of people were on the Rams. So like,
Mm-hmm.
why would it make sense for it to It should be going the other direction. So Vegas was trying to cover their ass. Damn,
There's gonna be,
that's crazy.
I don't know. There's gonna be something to it, right? Or just prediction. Just predictions. The fact this isn't
Time
gonna work.
travelers, time
Yeah,
travelers.
maybe
Somebody who can they can just travel 3 hours into the future.
into the future. Oh shit, boys! Niners whoop the Rams' ass. Oh shit. Okay, there we are. That's how we know what the score is. And you know what,
Absolutely.
Chris? Every time we watch the game so far, it's been awful blowouts. I mean, even that Seahawks Saints game wasn't so much a blowout. It's just
It's
no one
crazy,
was
right? That one wasn't a blowout. It was
yeah,
close, but it was kind of boring.
no one
This
was
one
doing
did not
anything,
come
right?
down
And
to the
it's
wire.
well, the Seahawks weren't doing anything, and now the Rams aren't doing anything.
Crazy, because if you had told me the Niners were going to play this good, I would have said, wow, this game is going to pop off.
Hmm.
You know what I
Like you
mean?
would have had
Like,
a good little back and
right.
forth,
Like, if you
right?
yeah, if you had told me the Niners scored 31, I can't say the Rams
Yeah,
win, but I could say that game's going to be a fucking amazing, right?
right.
Shootout.
You maybe think if the Niners scored 31, okay, then the Rams put up, like 30 something or just under maybe, missed by like a field goal in it. You know what I mean? It's like, but the Rams just to put up seven with. I mean, look, I get they're missing Woods, right, and he's went out. Maybe he's a part of this game plan, and maybe that was
Mm-hmm.
an issue for them. And I do think he's a good wide receiver, but I mean, come on, man, you've got an offense, right? You've also got a defense that has just leveled up in the space of a week, by an ex defensive MVP, a Super Bowl MVP as well. I think almost. If it wasn't for, it should have been a Super Bowl MVP. Let's be honest, but you know,
Oh man. Hey, man. I mean, while we pretty much have free time to just talk topics while this game sucks, what do you think about Super Bowl predictions at this point in the season?
you hit me with the hard questions. I don't know. This
I
season
mean,
has
we,
been,
we have enough data to work with to do something, like say something.
I'm, a team.
Oh, okay. Like I'll save you the pressure going first. Cowboys Bills.
No,
Yeah, I
no,
know. Probably
no. I
not, but it'd
don't.
be
I don't
lit.
believe. I don't believe the
Party like it's
Cowboys.
1993, baby.
No,
Party
I
like
don't
it's
believe the Cowboys are
93.
making it this year. I know you've got a lot of hope, and I know you've got a lot on this, but no, the Cowboys to me just aren't making it.
Oh no, yeah, they're not ready to be big time. But hey, I think this is the year we finally make an NFC Championship
You
game.
do put up a good fight for it, and you do get there. I just wonder how this team will operate in that
How
situation.
far do you think the Cowboys will make it?
I
NFC
definitely think you
Championship
guys
game?
have the opportunity easily to make it to the NFC Championship. Like
Yeah,
you've
I know,
got
because
you've got
dude,
the
I'm
team.
25 years old, man. I've never seen an NFC
Yeah,
Championship game
right.
in my life.
I mean, I've seen a few more, and I'm just a couple of years younger, so I think I think we
Yeah,
know
I've
who's
literally
jealous.
never seen. Yeah, I've never seen one like so.
Well,
Like
sorry,
it
I
would be
haven't seen
great
the
to get
NFC
that far.
Championship. Obviously, I've seen AFC Championship, not NFC.
Right,
Um,
right, 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 right. But
Stupid. They'll call
yeah,
it.
so it'd be lit to even just wake up one morning, like dick probably rock solid, and then go and then turn on the TV and see that we have the opportunity to go to the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
That would have my nipples hard. I'd be electric. That
morning wood.
feeling would be so amazing, dude. Like just to have the notion that today could be the
Well,
day historic.
the longest 2 weeks of your life are waiting for that Super Bowl once you've made it past the championship.
I don't know. I would probably start doing hard drugs. I don't know
the
how
first
I could
week,
get through
the
that.
first week's fine. The second week is rough. Just knowing 2 more days
See,
to
yeah,
Super
because the
Bowl.
first week is the first week sounds fun,
Yeah,
right? Like the first week is festive, right? The second week sounds like constipation,
yeah. I know.
anxiety.
Once that Sunday hits, man, you just don't know how to feel. You get out that door and it's just holy fuck. You get ready to go
Is
to the
this
bar and
real,
yeah. I mean, for
right?
me
Like,
as a
is
Patriots
this
fan, it wasn't
real?
is this real? It was like, please don't lose. Whatever happens, please don't lose today.
Right, but like generally speaking, 95% of the NFL would probably feel more like,
Yeah,
"Wow, I can't believe we made it this far."
right.
It's so tough. It's so few and far between.
Well, you,
And like and the crazy thing is, even with the Patriots being as amazing as they were around forever and sucked ass.
yeah.
And like realistically, it might take a minute to win another Super Bowl. It's crazy how beautiful the balance is in the NFL.
Hmm.
Even with having the craziest dynasty in the history of the league, they still only win six.
Only. Yeah,
Yeah, I
really.
mean, think about it. I mean, they're only they're tied
Mm-hmm.
for like they
The
don't even
most.
have the most, right? And
Yeah.
there's still like three teams right behind them with five,
Mm-hmm.
right? It's crazy. There's a lot of balance. There's more
Yeah.
balance in the NFL than people think.
Well,
It's not like hockey or baseball
oh,
or
big
basketball where someone
completion
has like
there.
15.
Big completion there. Yeah, but to go back to your point then, who do I think is gonna win or gonna
Yeah,
go to the
or
Super
at least the
Bowl?
matchup, or at least the matchup.
You know what I'm gonna say? I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go wild here, and I'm gonna go
Okay.
for a Super Bowl. If I told you it 5 years ago, you probably would have told me to fuck off. I'm
Oh
gonna
God.
go with the Titans versus the Packers. As of right now, they're the two.
Oh,
They're the two teams that I feel like have so much competence, have so much. What's the word? They're very complete. They're very fluid. They are not moving too much. I think once and this whole, you know what? I am buying into this whole last dance. I am buying into this whole last dance. You know.
I am too, dude. See, I'm actually pro like well, I'm big on Aaron in
Yeah.
general, but if it's not going to be the Cowboys, I want it to be Aaron Rodgers specifically.
Well, I did.
And yeah,
Well, I did say you know with this whole last dance. I think people are taking it as like a like
he
Aaron
doesn't
Rodgers is going to
care.
be MVP and he's going to like put up 6 touchdowns in a game. But in like being realistic, I just think it's more the fact that he might not put up. Oh my god, almost intercepted again. He might not put up ridiculous numbers, but he is in the position to win games and he's in the position to put his team in the best position to win. You know what I mean?
I mean, he's still Aaron Rodgers. He's
He's
still
still
more
Aaron
than
Rodgers.
capable
You
of
come,
keeping,
hey,
putting the
hey,
game on his back.
as long as he doesn't have to play the Bucks in the playoffs, maybe he has a chance. If the Bucks
Yeah,
could
and
fall
even then,
out.
I mean, who even knows, man? Like the Bucks are kind of in the same boat the Rams are right now.
Yeah,
They're
yeah,
slumping.
yeah. The Bucks were
They lost
looking.
again. They lost back to
Yeah,
back.
the Bucks were looking scary, right? But I did see when they played the Patriots, a very beatable team. It was just putting it into action. Deep end zone, incomplete.
Yeah, I mean, this Bucks team is not the same Bucks team that the Cowboys lost to in Week 1.
Right. I mean, that's funny though, right? These two big teams, and we Patriots, little Patriots, have almost beat both you. Just come very short, last minute.
Yeah, dude, people were writing in the Rams and the Bucks as like NFC Championship, like
Oh,
when the season
I know.
started.
That's why I don't take it seriously of who's going to be up there. I like to see around this time as we start to get an idea. But man,
Right.
like you said, like for example, 7-2. You look at the scoreline. If they lose like 2 more games, 7-4, and from there you never know.
Because think about it. Yeah, like they're about to be 7-3, and then if you lose two of the next three,
Mm-hmm.
then you're 8-5, and at that point you're not really a great team. You're a playoff team. Like you're gonna have, but at that point, I would have to think if you're 8-5, you're right there with the Saints.
Yeah.
You're right there with shit. Let's pretend the Falcons get it together. I don't know. Uh, there's other teams there that are fighting too. Let's pretend the Niners go on a bit of a run here. They look kind of good in a couple of weeks now.
Well, the one thing I do wonder is just we are looking at the season like the 17 game season. I wonder, well, 16 game season. I wonder if we're going to see teams change and that extra game affect how they are in the playoffs. You know what I mean?
I wonder genuinely if adding the extra game is going to end up hurting ratings if teams clinch early.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because you know how like they do. There's sometimes if a team is just badass and they
Yeah,
run
yeah.
away with the division, they'll like sit guys in the last week. Well, like, what if they just clinch it way too early and like
Mm-hmm.
have 2 games where they start nothing but bench players?
Yeah, even more maybe.
That would suck. Like
Yeah.
the league would not be good for the league.
And not good
And
for
like the
ticket
Niners
sales.
schedule coming up, it looks not that difficult.
Not awful. The Vikings have been playing a bit rough. Obviously, let's not talk about the Jaguars. Seahawks. I mean, they do have Russell Wilson back, and
Right.
but that's three
The
games to get Russell back
like what
where he is.
happened like what happened to the Bengals, right? The Bengals were like on top of the
Yeah,
world for five
yeah.
minutes.
5 minutes, 5 seconds, couple Instagram posts, and next thing you know,
Wow. So like it's crazy. The pretenders are starting to come out. Bengals will hopefully make the playoffs though.
Mm-hmm.
They're interesting. Like that.
Ah,
That's your
definitely an interesting team. I still
those
have faith in.
those are your those are your foes on the AFC side, right? As a fighting for a wild card, right? You have to go up and hopefully beat out the Broncos, beat out the Bengals, and then whatever two teams don't win the division in the West, right?
Oh, onside kick. Oh my gosh, this game has just been bad from start to finish, Chris. Awful.
Oh, dude, 100% down three scores. Stafford looking like what's going on. So like now they need a bounce back game. It's
See,
not really going to be easy. They're
you
going to
see,
play Green
Chris.
Bay. Three in a row suck.
Chris, this is why you don't doubt Jimmy Garoppolo. Okay,
He didn't do anything.
he did, man. Look at this. Look at this game.
This defense balled out.
This defense
Debo
balled out,
Samuel
but hey,
balled
come on,
out. The
you gotta
offensive line
admit it,
balled
Jimmy.
out. He played
Jimmy
it.
made he made some pretty
He didn't
throws.
lose the
He
game.
made
He
some
didn't
pretty
lose the
throws.
game. Yeah, every
Okay.
middle of the pack quarterback makes decent throws.
No, not every
But he didn't win.
quarterback. Not every quarterback. He's done it today. He's played well today,
He's
and
played well today. Like these like okay quarterbacks do
yeah. Well, I mean, everyone gets their games.
every other day. Like Stafford,
Chris,
this isn't. It's not indicative
you
of.
gotta stop hating on Jimmy. You gotta stop hating on old Jimmy.
I'm just trying to make a point. Like there's a lot of guys like Jimmy, Kirk Cousins, Baker Mayfield. At the end of the day, Ryan Tannehill's and all that.
True.
Let's see here, who else? Like there's like when you really think about sometimes whenever like people start talking about how good quarterbacks are, you can always get kind of lost in the world of sports media and making certain guy everybody kind of sound good. It's easier to point out who's good than it is bad. But at the end of the day, only like eight quarterbacks can be called good, right? And if you leave it to eight or even 10, you're gonna leave a lot of people off that list.
True.
Like if you're gonna keep like good elite quarterbacks, the top quarter, let's say you broke it up in like eight, 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 and only eight are good, dude,
Mm-hmm.
you're leaving off somebody. Who are you leaving off? Wilson? Who are you leaving off? Lamar Jackson? Not every team has just a good quarterback.
Definitely not leaving off my boy Jimmy.
Relatively speaking, some people suck.
Not leaving off my boy Jimmy.
Hell, so he's top 10, top
Yeah, of
8.
course, man. Top 5. Maybe top 3
That's
after this
awesome.
game. Gosh.
Honestly, probably MVP front runner now that I think about it.
There we
Oh
are.
man,
Clock
it's
running
crazy.
out. Oh, a little bit of feistiness on the field. That's what we like to see. A bit of action
Like I'd
on the
rather to
turf.
take Mac Jones over Jimmy Garoppolo.
Huh?
I think Mac Jones and the Niners would be elite. Imagine if the Niners drafted Mac Jones instead of Trey Lance, and they just threw Mac Jones right in there.
Should do. The
They'd
guy's
be balling the fuck out.
that guy's brilliant, man. And I'm just saying that as a Patriots fan, but like from a neutral perspective, you can't sit there and hate on him. Like the kids, the kid can play,
Yeah,
right?
he's clearly the most well equipped rookie of them all. I mean, it
Yeah,
doesn't really seem to be a
he has future in him.
contest.
I think the thing with this kid is he's very devoted. He's very devoted.
Very,
He seems to be ready for where he is, but he's not soaking it in too much. If that makes sense.
for sure. I think he's just boring enough to fit right in New
Yeah,
England.
I
Like
know.
he's like
If there's
he's
anyone
a
who can
nerd.
fit,
He's not a cool guy. Like I don't think anyone ever just like, wow, Mac Jones so fucking swaggy.
if there's
Like
anyone who can fit the
no,
Patriots persona, it's Mac Jones. Like
literally, he's like a rice cake.
you should see him in the post game interviews. He's just so you would think he was a 6-year-old dad the way he talks and the way he's just very like not caring and very very dull and not popping any jokes or too lively. I mean this is just
Right, not excited at all.
yeah no it's what you
Doesn't have
want.
TikTok or Instagram on his phone.
It's what you want. It's what you want with him.
No,
You
I'm
know what I
just
mean?
playing. I have no idea. I mean, apparent
I
shit.
think he has an Instagram. I think.
I think his chick might be in line to win a win an NFL offensive coordinator job. I hear that she helped him study the playbook, learn the entire playbook
Really?
at Alabama and New England
well,
to help him
well
study
he
at
picked
home.
up that playbook quicker than Cam Newton, who's supposedly teaching him.
Well, hey, I mean that probably means that she learned it quicker than him too. I mean, put her in an offensive coordinator job ASAP. Have the first, like, could you imagine freaking whatever the hell her name is, Lindsey Jones or Stacy Jones? Like she's over here freaking like, call it, laminated sheet, like freaking over here, like looking like Matt Patricia on the sideline. She's over here, quarterbacks coach. Like, that'd be the craziest story ever.
Well,
And then like they get divorced, and she freaking plays him in the playoffs. She freaking plays mind games with him. Day before, like, I miss you, baby. I want to reconcile. And he's like, for real? Like, psych, bitch.
dynasty. The
Psych.
dynasty would the
Psych.
dynasty would be Mac Jones and his girlfriend and the
Right. The
offensive
Bills pick
coordinator
her up.
position.
The Bills pick her. No, the Jets pick her up. And they start fucking with Mac. Like,
Oh well,
damn.
the Jets wouldn't take him to the playoffs. That's for sure.
Right. Yeah. She wouldn't play for the Jets, or she
Not if
wouldn't
she
coach
wants. Not if she
the
wants to
Jets.
get back at him at least.
Right. She wants the Bills, the
Oh,
Dolphins job.
that Rams play 93. Copeland just absolutely clotheslined Mitchell out the backfield.
Absolutely. It's getting crazy, man. Craig, well, look, they got Trey Lance on the screen. What do you do with Trey Lance if you're the 49ers? Like, like I said, with the Niners looking like they're in that awkward spot. They're playing a
Yeah,
little bit
I
better. They're
think
going to be
these are the
four and
games. I
five
think,
after this. Like, what if they end up making a? What if they
bro.
end up
I
coming
think
close to a playoff spot?
in the fourth where they are here, this is where they should be putting him in. If there's any place to put him in, this is the place that he should be. Right? Take Jimmy off and
How
just let him have a few throws. I mean, the worst he could
how
do is
how good of a season? How good of a how good of a record or playoff result would the Niners need to have to reevaluate even playing Trey Lance ever?
I
Like,
think
because think about it, if the Niners accidentally go on a run and
yeah.
win like 9 or 10
You
games
have to
and make the
then you have to
playoffs,
evaluate how good Jimmy G's been in that run to where you can say yeah he's accounted for you know
difference maker, right?
yeah X Y and Z. It's like if we put a young guy in here, is is he going to be the guy to help us get to that next stage,
Right.
maybe win the
Because, yeah,
Super
because
Bowl?
in case your team is good, you don't want to waste their window.
Right. I think, but in positions like they're going for it on 4th and 6. Yeah, I mean you
Damn.
might as well, right?
Eat the clock, yeah.
Yeah,
Basically a knee out.
but no, I think in these positions, when in the fourth quarter, maybe 5 minutes left, they could instead of putting Jimmy there, they could have just put in Trey, just to get him them reps, not to evaluate him and try and kick Jimmy off the field, but just to give him reps and just see where he is. Worst comes to worst, he might throw a pick. Best thing, he throws an interception. You get to give him a bit of confidence. But you can see he's on the sideline. He's got the headsets on. He's listening to what's going on. So there's a reason behind that. He's not there to be the backup. He's there to take over, and I think they know that as well, and that's why they're giving him. That's why they're giving him the opportunity to be on the sideline listening in. I just think they should have gave him the opportunity to throw a football at least in this game, keep him warm and ready. But the Rams, for some reason, actually going in a fucking. I don't see why you don't
I don't know.
see
I
it
think
there.
it's probably because Shanahan's too tired of blowing leads, and he doesn't want to give this offense in a division game with even the slightest chance. Like, what if he
Slightest
throws a
chance, huh?
pick six, onside kick, touchdown? The offense hasn't even seen the field, and boom, boom, boom. You know
Well,
what I mean?
that's the final, man. That's the final of the.
Yeah, that's it now though. They'll call it a game, 31-10. The Niners shocked the Rams. Rams looking beat up, looking different, drop their second consecutive game and have to go into Lambeau to play the
This game
Green
that looked
Bay
like it had so
Packers.
much, man. Looked like it had so much, and it had nothing. Had to stop.
Well, the bets go 50-50. The under cashes. Never a doubt. The Rams looking ridiculous. I should have stuck to the under and called it a day.
That's
But
true.
hey, it is what it is. We ride with it. And hell, I'm pretty. Any games coming up this weekend that you're excited for? I will be honest. I'm stoked for Cowboys Chiefs.
Oh, okay.
That's the NFL game of the week. That's going to be dope.
My game of the week, Thursday night football. Thursday night football. Bear with me a second, Chris. Bang, back in for a post game analysis here with Chris. Hopefully, maybe we can get a few fans to come over and say hello. But Chris, we saw what happened in that game. We saw the Rams obviously take the third loss of the season. Uh, Not a lot to talk about in terms of what the Rams did right. A lot to talk about what they did wrong. Offense, defense, you name it. Lose my fucking fantasy game. Yep, thanks a lot on that one. But yeah, post game analysis, post game thoughts. Let's start off on this one, Chris, and let's get your opinions. But the Niners beating the Rams 31-7. Give me the pros of what they did in that game. Did you notice any cons from them? And then we'll go on to the Rams after that, and let's see what did you pick up from the game for the 49ers, pros and cons.
Yeah, man, for the Niners it was pretty simple. Definitely a lot more than what they did wrong. If I had to even nitpick anything wrong at all, it might be what you mentioned at the end of the ball game there with not taking an opportunity to let Trey Lance take some garbage snaps and
Mm-hmm.
just for the heck of it, right? That's if you're being nitpicky. But the story of the ball game was that 49ers offensive line. Obviously the defense stepped up and played a great ball game, but it looks like the Rams did a lot more to shoot themselves in the foot than the Niners really did to really flip the ball game. There was only that one interception early in the game, so that was good, but it wasn't really game changing.
Mm-hmm.
That offensive line for the Niners absolutely dominated today against that Rams front. That was going to be the story of the game heading into this, and we definitely got an answer. They gave Jimmy all day in the pocket to pass. He was very minimally under duress, and they ran the football like animals, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they did it in creative ways. The entire playbook opens up for Mike Shanahan whenever you get an early lead like they did. And they were in cruise control with that defense like that. And even with it being banged up, you got to admit they played a great ball game. But that 49ers offensive line absolutely manhandled the hell of the Rams today. And it's indicative of the ball game, the score, especially when you're looking at the rushing stats. Elijah Mitchell and Debo Samuel getting
Mm-hmm.
touches, doing whatever they wanted. Debo Samuel was an absolute animal today. A one horse wrecking train, like I said earlier during the actual live cast. Right,
Mm-hmm.
he looked very similar to that of Antonio Brown, with the Steelers back in 2016, 2017.
Mm-hmm.
Very versatile back. At
Yep.
one point in the third quarter, he had just as many carries as he did receptions, and he looked good. So if the Niners can keep that rolling, of course, they have brighter days ahead. This makes them 4-5 now, putting them into the mix of the NFC playoff hunt. And the Rams now back-to-back losses with Green Bay coming up next. You got to think, what Rams team are these guys? Who can they be? And are they anywhere close to getting better? Because as we both know, you have to get hot at the end, right? Ask the
Mm-hmm.
Steelers, ask the Patriots. Patriots always find a way to get hot at the right time. The Steelers, obviously, famously last year collapsed. The Rams are in play to be one of those collapsing teams, and for Matt Stafford's sake, I really hope they're not, Devin.
Well, I'm glad that you did bring up Debo Samuel in the conversation there, because that's one of the pros that I wanted to point out for the 49ers is just how well Debo played in that game. Honestly, one of the best players on the field in that game. I mean, I know it's easy to pick out the guy who's getting the touchdowns and getting the catches, but hey, he played well. The run after the catch was there, and I think if someone was to build that energy in that team, it was there as well. I think another pro I want to point out is the way they capitalized on turnovers, being the Niners obviously getting the touchdown right after the interception, and then right after that going and getting a pick six to the house. So capitalizing over on the turnovers and just making things happen on that defensive side of the ball, making Matt Stafford and the Rams offense, who've been good this year, look like, well, I mean, you can compare it to whoever you want to compare it to, but I mean, just woeful. Like, the Jags looked like they had a better offense. Even when they're bringing in OBJ, he barely played anything. But yeah, the defense, you got to give a lot of credit to them for turning up and just playing well. On the Rams side of the ball, there's not a lot you can really say that as a pro. I mean, come on, even the defense didn't turn up. I think the only pro that I can mention is just seeing Jalen Ramsey sort of
live up to his paycheck and finally, at one point really get in there and he didn't want to deal with that shit. But there's not a lot. Everything was pretty
Right.
much
He showed a lot
a
of
low.
heart. He definitely showed a lot of heart. It's not
Yeah,
necessarily always indicative of high paid players. A lot of superstars can go MIA in moments like that. So definitely very pro Ramsey guy, but he definitely showed fight. I like that. Even when the
yeah,
score definitely showed that there's nothing he could do about it. His offense is playing like shit. I mean, how many times did they? I think they had two drops on third downs.
yeah. Two or three
So two
drops.
drive killers. Yeah,
Yeah.
two drive killers off the bat, right? Two very ill-timed
Hmm.
drops, and bad a couple bad play calls. I'm sure Sean McVay is going to take some credit for this in the post-game interview,
Definitely.
right? That fake field goal, right?
Yeah.
Go forward on
What was
fourth
it?
down another time
What
before
were they
that.
thinking there? One con that I do want to bring up on the side of the Rams after you just talking about star players, but Aaron Donald and Von Miller did nothing in that game. No pressure on Jimmy G. He had all the time. Like you said, you can credit that offensive line as well, but Von Miller and Aaron Donald is supposed to be a scary duo that everyone's hyped up, but they did nothing.
Nope, absolutely not. I mean, like I said, that Niners offensive front absolutely dominated.
Mm-hmm.
They held up. They held their weight strong and tight. That they made that Rams front look absolutely like they look pedestrian.
Yeah.
I mean, they couldn't get anything home. They couldn't make the day uncomfortable for Jimmy, right? And that's the key to really making shaking them up, right? These types of quarterbacks, just get home, shake them up. You know how much different those throws are to Debo if Aaron gets home once and just wrecks him, sets the tone early,
Mm-hmm.
right? Just blows him up once and then boom, it's a completely different ball. It feels different.
Yeah.
But yeah, give the Niners props for being opportunistic. They cashed in on everything that the Rams gave them. The Rams, this could be their game, like the Cowboys was with Denver. Maybe this is just an anomaly. Maybe this is just lightning striking, and maybe they are that good team. You never know. If they're going to catch it around, it'd be nice to get a statement win against the Packers this coming week. But as of right now, they have a lot to get together going
Mm-hmm.
in next week. They definitely can't show up even looking twice as good as today. They have to look like the Rams from October if they have any chance of making a splash in the NFC and ultimately catching up to the Cardinals, because they did just waste a great opportunity to take the lead in the division. So
Definitely.
they're going to have to do some climbing.
Well, to go back on all of our points, and we've run through the pros and ran through the cons of what's happened in the game. We've obviously been talking about the game as we've seen it live, and we've had our opinions of things said during the game and players in the game. But before we end this stream and before we end this video, I want to go into one last topic with you very quickly. I want you to give me your MVP of the game. That can be on either side of the ball, either side of the team. It doesn't have to be offensive player. It can be a defensive player. It could be a special teams player. And then I want you to give me, in the same terms, whatever side of the ball you want, whatever team you want, the most disappointing player. Who disappointed you the most in this game? Who looked the worst? Give me a quick rundown of who they were and why.
Okay, so I'll for okay, just because I know there's some players that I feel like are a little obvious, I want to go ahead and go with just the Niners offensive line again,
Mm-hmm.
just as a unit
Okay.
versus a player,
The
because
whole
to
whole
go up
line's getting MVP tonight.
because of what they did and what they had to face,
Mm-hmm.
just how just extremely dominant and the personnel they were going up against.
Yeah.
Right, this was like the first time we got to see like the fully loaded. Right, this is why the Rams went out and got someone like Von Miller to go up against this, to
Yeah.
defeat this, and it didn't work. That Niners defense said, "I don't give a shit what you have over there. We are going to run the ball up your face," and they did that.
Mm-hmm.
So props to them. As far as disappointing, um, on the flip side, wow, I'm probably unpopular to even say this on any given day, but Aaron Donald, right? They didn't get the really. You can go Aaron Donald, you can go Von Miller. The guys on that Rams front didn't get the job done today.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't create any pressure. They didn't force the Niners to become one dimensional. You win the game if you can force Jimmy to pass.
Yeah.
right? The Niners can win if they can cash in when Jimmy does pass. But if you make Jimmy throw, it's a lot easier to get things real riled up with him facing a secondary that's as fast as that.
Hmm.
So they couldn't get that done today. I hate saying it. I love Aaron Donald, but biggest disappointment definitely today. He didn't get it done.
Yeah, I do agree with you in terms of Aaron Donald didn't get it done, but I'm gonna I'm gonna back you. Okay, you changed my mind. The MVP. I was gonna say Debo, but that
I was gonna
that
say
line,
Debo too.
yeah, that line did great. So I'll give you on that one. The line can get the MVP. In my opinion, I know it sounds it might sound dumb to some people, but my biggest disappointment it was just not seeing. I know it's not exactly his fault, but not seeing OBJ on the field as much as we'd like to see, not seeing him get that ball, not seeing him get the plays where typically, when you bring in a star wide receiver, you want to see him get the ball, you want to see him make the catches, and maybe, okay, you're not expecting him to go off and have the biggest game in the world, and that's fine, but like we was talking about earlier when it comes to, players joining these new teams and we was talking about fantasy football, I said, I want to use this in an evaluation game. If he can get 4 or 5 catches for a couple yards, maybe be a threat in the end zone, I'd do something on the field, then I'll feel a bit more confident in him. But he just did. He was quiet this game, and not everything can be put down to him. It could be how they schemed it. It could be the coaching. Maybe they didn't have the plays for him. Maybe he didn't know the playbook. But in terms of seeing what I wanted to see, it was disappointing. But other than him, I think Stafford had a lot of bad plays, a lot of bad throws where just throwing the ball
Hmm.
behind his wide receivers, making it incatchable for them on in crucial plays. Third down, losing the football because of a badly thrown pass, and I think he's also got some own up to do. But in terms of disappointing players, you could put a lot of Rams players on there. To be fair, there's not many people that really stood out and showed them, but
Yeah,
obviously
lot of drops today. A
the
lot of
big
drops
the
today.
big guys. I do think Cooper Cup though, even though he didn't have the best night, he still was probably the best player on that offense. The only one who really was doing anything, making some good yards. But Matt Stafford had a few issues with throwing the football. But other than that, I think that's where
Right.
I stand at least
The,
with them.
yeah, that in tandem with no running game whatsoever today
Hmm.
made this a long game. Look at the time of possession, Emmett. Like they
Hmm.
showed it like in the third quarter. It was like two to one in favor of the Niners going
Yeah.
into the fourth. They again indicative of how the Niners play. They keep the football, they run the football, they keep the football, keep it, hope you score. And with the Rams, so pass heavy and uniquely pass heavy.
Mm.
If it's not working, it's not working, and it's bad. That
Well,
you're putting a
the
lot of
Rams,
strain on that defense to be on the field for a long time.
yeah, because the Rams also could not convert on third. At one point, it was 1 and 6 third down conversions, right?
Right. So you're just constantly flying off the field and you're killing no
Mm-hmm.
clock.
Nowhere to go. That's why I say reps of that defense, and you hold in a good team, uh, to 1 and 6 at one point in the game. I don't know what it is now, but that's good if you ask me. Um, Final thoughts? Is there anything you want to say, Chris, on the game, or I don't know? Not much to talk about. 31-7, not a blowout. Sorry, not a head to head, more of a blowout in this game. But yeah, is there anything you want to say or add on to what we've already spoken about, or do you think we've covered?
Um, yeah, no, I mean, yeah, it pretty much covers it. I mean, other than the fact that I think if you're a Rams fan, you really don't have too much to worry about. I'm only playing devil's advocate here because I know you're thinking it too. I think that I'm big on Matt Stafford. Like I said, he's a local guy here from where I'm from over here in North Texas. And I think he will ultimately get it together. Sean McVay's a savvy coach. For the 49ers, not a lot of storylines here. They are what they are. They're grinding. They're in a
Hmm.
tough spot. They have 6 games against great teams before the season even starts, right? Before the
Yeah.
schedule is even made, they have a tough road. So, I mean, props to the Niners for getting another win, proving that they are still a relevant team and actually accidentally getting themselves in the playoff hunt. So, if you're a Niner, there's good to pull away from both teams. Like both fan bases can at least go, okay, our season is there's something to play for here.
Yeah.
That no one, neither team is necessarily in dire straits. So I think that's pretty cool, and it just goes to be a testament to how hard and how competitive this division that they're in actually is. So and also as a Cowboys fan, hell yeah, Rams take an L. That's less competition. I still want the number 1 seed. I'm not giving up on that, right? And with the Bucks taking an L, the Rams taking an L, the Cardinals taking an L, right? The only one who won that led the division was the Packers and the Cowboys.
Mm-hmm.
We're right in there. We're right in there. So, hey, as a Cowboys fan, if you're out there too, guys, we are rolling, and now's the time to jump on the bandwagon. If you're not, I will not hate on it. I will accept it. I'll forgive the last 30 years of ridicule, and we can be friends.
No one's jumping on that. No one's jumping on that, Chris. I can promise you that. No one wants to be
Well,
on
no,
that bandwagon.
well, no, come on, no one wants to jump
No,
on the
no, no.
Pats. That's
No
that's
way.
just that's super fake.
No way. No way. No one on that bandwagon. Um, on that terms, Chris, I think it's time to end today's podcast. Podcast,
Yeah,
wow, that's throwing it back. Today's live stream. If you guys do want to check out any more of these live streams, stay around, stay tuned. You can go check out Chris. If you look in the comments, you can go find where he is. I'll put it in the description as well. Chris, thank you as always for joining me. Thank you for the post game chat and also the live game chat as well. And I'll see you soon. Thank you for joining us, Chris, and thank you.
absolutely. Pleasure to do it, Mehmet. Everybody out there, y'all have a great night. We'll see y'all, and hey, good luck to all your teams out there.
Love it, man. See you soon.
All right.